What's up, guys, and welcome to the first official Wholesome Gamer podcast. I'm your host, G, pretty much the only dude on WholesomeGamer.com, but today with me, I have a special guest. We used to work together on a little site back in the day, 2 sites actually, and he's a little close friend of mine, who might annoy me sometimes, but he's cool. I think he's cool. You'll think he's cool. It's Jalen Bell, everybody. What's going on, Jalen?
I don't agree with all of that. I agree with the cool part, but I don't believe I emulate. G, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. And thank you for joining us on the cast today. We were actually supposed to have somebody else on the cast with us. Somebody
irresponsible.
Yeah. Somebody who
unreliable. Someone.
He used to work with us also, but for one reason or another, he could not make it onto the cast today. So yeah.
We'll be
maybe,
okay.
Yeah. Maybe he'll be on the cast in the future, but
probably not.
We'll make a good show out of just the two of us anyway. We have a couple of things to talk about, so yeah, it'll be good.
I know what one of them are.
You know what one of them is? What is it?
It's Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. It is Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is a very important topic. It is so important that we are going to leave it for the last thing to talk about because we will probably spend about 10 hours speaking about it.
Perhaps.
So, probably want to snuggle up to your significant other, your teddy bear.
Get a beer, like a B-E-A-R, not a B-E-A-R.
Or a beer.
A beer.
Or
not a beer, a beer.
Like a roar beer, something with claws in.
Like a drink beer.
Oh, that too, yeah. If you want, get a drink, get some snacks, and relax. Because this is a Wholesome Gamer cast.
I believe with the advent of acid, we discovered new ways to think. It had to do with piecing together new thoughts in our minds.
So guys, we are going to talk about a couple of things today for our first episode, and I kind of had to rearrange the format today because, I was set up for 3 people. We were going to talk about things that 3 people could talk about, but now I have to narrow it down to 2 people because of this person.
This irresponsible person.
Who
unreliable person.
Who just, oh man, he just threw us all off today for the first cast. Like, can you believe that?
Terrible.
He knows who he is. So anyway, today we're going to talk about a couple of things on the podcast. Not too much, we're going to try to keep it as short as possible. With Kingdom Hearts, it's going to be kind of hard to do, but we're going to try to limit it so you guys don't spend too long listening to us. But one of the things that we're going to talk about, a couple of things that have been going on in the gaming news world for the past few weeks. And a couple of things include, the first thing that we'll talk about are reviews, gaming reviews, and how gaming journalists view them. Because in a previous week, there was a certain journalist who will remain nameless, who came out and retracted a review for one of the big games that came out last year. And there's been a lot of controversy surrounding that. Some people support his decision, some people do not, and it's been causing a little bit of clashing in the gaming community and industry as well on how video games are reviewed and their scores and if retractions are okay. So we're going to talk about a little bit about that, and then we're going to talk about the new Nintendo 3DS, which was just officially announced for the US last week. That'll be making its way on February 13th. We're going to talk about a little bit about the new features that come with that and also the controversy surrounding that as well. There's a lot of controversy. One thing that there isn't controversy with is Kingdom Hearts, and we'll leave that
There's never
for
any
last.
controversy.
There
It's too
isn't.
perfect.
It is. It's awesome, and we're gonna leave that for the last thing to talk about because it's just so awesome. So,
Kingdom Hearts is love.
Kingdom Hearts is. In fact, I mean, it's in the shape of a heart. The heart is in the name, so it is.
Indeed. That's very intensive of you.
So anyway, yeah, first things first, we are going to talk about review retractions. So, you and I, Jalen, have reviewed games.
Countless times.
Yeah, we have reviewed several games. You know, we bought our own games and reviewed them, and we've had publishers send us games to review for them.
Big name
And
publishers.
we've had these opportunities, but there's a lot of controversy surrounding how journalists review games now. Now, I wouldn't consider myself a journalist, and you know, I have written for county newspapers in the past, so I have had experience with the professional side of journalism, but personally, I just consider myself a fan, a gaming fan, an avid gamer who likes to express his thoughts. And that's what I do through my different avenues, the sites I used to work with, and now with WholesomeGamer. That's kind of my whole thing. But I wouldn't say I'm a journalist. At the same time, I do hold myself to certain standards for reviewing games. And one of the things with video game reviews is that there's always been some sort of clash between people thinking, should games be scored? Should they get a number score? What do those numbers really mean? So and so. So there's a lot of controversy between that. How do you feel about that, Jalen? Because I mean, you've reviewed games, and I mean, we have both used numbered scores for games. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that games should be scored with numbers, or?
Absolutely not. In the early days of my website, we used number scores, and somewhere along the middle, I got rid of it, but there were actually complaints that we didn't have a number score. And so I kind of just backed down and put numbers back on them, but even like today, I still kind of regret it, even though I don't write anymore, because the numbers, even as a writer, the numbers felt pointless to me. I would just, I would write a really detailed write-up of a review, and then I would get to the end and say, oh, this is where I have to make a score. Okay, this number. And I don't know if other quote-unquote journalists feel this way, but I think that scores are a ridiculous... okay, I don't know where I'm going with this, but they're just ridiculous. And I know from experience as a fan that a lot of people just skip the paragraphs, the whole essay, and they just go straight to the score, and that's what they talk about.
Yeah.
And they're missing the whole point. They're missing the meat. It's like you eat an apple, you want to eat the skin. You want to touch the inside.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I agree with you. Numbered scores, it's kind of a catch-22, because like you said, a lot of times gamers want to see those scores. Same thing with me. For a while, I tried to go without the numbered scores, and you notice a huge drop in readers for each of those reviews, and people would start complaining because you don't have a numbered score. I mean, the reason we took out the numbered score in the first place was because we wanted people to actually read the review to understand what what we think about the game, instead of just looking at a number and assuming, oh, 8 is a good game, but a 7 is not good, you know? Cause there's a lot of people, there's not one scale, there's not one standard. So different sites, different outlets, their numbers may mean something different, and then gamers take it to mean, different things as well. So what I have been personally doing with Wholesome Gamer, we do score our games, but we don't do a numbered score. So
I think the problem with numbered scores is that people treat them like middle school grades. So I can play Rock Band 3, and I could think it's a really good game, but by my standards, a good game is a 7. But because you got someone who thinks a 7 is like a 70, which is a C in school, they think, oh, well, it's just an okay game, or it's not even a good game.
Right.
So it's different standards. If there were like a universal score
Right.
for this kind of thing, it'd be better. But unfortunately, there isn't, and people are just going to associate them with school,
Right.
middle school, high school, whatever. And that's what's hurting the review.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why with Wholesome Gamer, if you guys want to check out how I review games on Wholesome Gamer, just go to wholesomegamer.com/games-reviewed, and you'll see how I rate the games. I do score games still, but I don't give it a number score. So I have five categories that these games will fit in. The perfect game is what I would call a must-play perfection. And then right under that, I have must-play. Below that is give it a try. Below that is okay to pass. And then below that, I have pass. So it gives you it's basically based on recommendations, because that's what a review is. It's either recommended a game or saying, yeah, maybe you shouldn't play this game. That's basically what reviews are saying about games. And that's how I am kind of formatting my score. That score scale could change with time based on feedback, but I am really trying to stay away from those numbered scores for the whole reason that they really don't give a good portrayal of what is written in a review, just because so many different people have so many different ideas about what a numbered score is. Now, with that said, the other part of the controversy was that this journalist went back and retracted his original score that he gave. What do you think that we should be allowed to do that? Do you think that
No.
Some months down the road, if we change our mind, that we should come back and like, hey, I was wrong about this score, let me rescore it? Because one of the things that he actually said, because he did like a whole page long explanation of why he changed his score. One of the things that he brought out, which was another bit of controversy, there's so much controversy brought out in this one situation, is that he didn't complete the game when he first got it. And he said that is something common with a lot of journalists, gaming journalists, is that they get a game, they play through some of it, but they don't complete it before they review it. And personally, I don't like that. I like to complete a game before I review it. But it is a trend. It's something that's real. It's something that happens in video games.
It's very real.
A lot of people review games without actually completing the full game. And that's
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that's because a lot of them the outlets that they work for, they overload them a lot of times. I mean, some games take hours and hours to get through, and you're having to review several games per month, per week sometimes, and you just really don't have the time to finish all the games. But should that be an excuse? What do you think, Jalen?
Yes and no. It really depends. I think in his case, it doesn't, because he went back and took the score down because obviously something in his opinion changed when he beat the game.
Mm-hmm.
But when I used to review games, there were one or two games that I reviewed and I haven't finished. But that's because I got to a certain point where I knew my opinion wouldn't change no matter what. For example, XCOM Enemy Unknown, I've never beaten it. Like, it's been 2.5 years now. I was playing it a few hours ago, and, I still haven't beaten it, but my opinion on it in these last 2.5 years have not changed. So it really depends on whether the reviewer is confident, like really confident that he can give his honest opinion in a review without it being changed somewhere later down the road, because it's been 2.5 years. I started my website almost 5 years ago, and there hasn't been a single review where I wanted to go back and change anything. If I felt like I needed to beat the game, I would, and then review it. I wouldn't rush it out.
Right. And I agree with you. I personally like to take my time with games and, review them when I'm done. And I guess that's one of the benefits of being an indie website. You don't have the the constraints and the pressure on you like some of these bigger publishers might have, and these bigger media outlets, they do have very tight schedules that they have to conform to. But is that an excuse? I don't know. Should things change? I think they should. I think that relevancy in games media shouldn't depend on who gets the review out the first. And that's basically what it is. A lot of these sites want to stay relevant. They want to be competitive. So they want to have the reviews out first. And they want you to read their reviews first. And a lot of times that causes these games not to be played completely. And in fact, that was last year when Little Big Planet 3 came out. There were a lot of people who gave that game some very negative reviews. And when I finally got the game, played through it, I could not figure out why. I really could not figure out why, because all the complaints that they had on the game, through my playthrough, I did not encounter one single one of them. And in fact,
list a few.
Little Big Planet 3, Little Big Planet 3 was one of the best Little Big Planet games. It probably was the best Little Big Planet game that I've ever played. And one of the things that they did complain about was, for example, glitches. The glitches that came out. I don't deny that there were glitches, but the thing is that they probably were glitches that were with the game prior to the day one patch. And if I'm not saying, obviously publishers or people who review games, a lot of times they get the games early. We've gotten games early too, but usually I don't rush out to play the game and then review it and have the game review out for the first day. I usually don't rush because I know there is that day one patch coming. A lot of times that will fix a lot of things with the game or add things to the game. And I think that was one of the problems with Little Big Planet 3, that a lot of the reviewers, the main thing that they complained about were glitches that caused the game to not function properly. I only encountered one glitch through the whole game, and that was where one of the characters just appeared in a different costume during a cutscene. That was it. And I had no problem with any other part of the game. It had great music. The platforming was great. The new gameplay mechanics are great. The new characters were ingenious. I loved that game. It was great.
I think that I'm not too bought on the whole, we reviewed this game and had these glitches, but however, the day one patch fixed these glitches, because I've had games, I won't name them because they're not family friendly, that I've gotten about a week in advance, and that week I would have the day one patch a week before the game came out.
Right.
And even now with PS4 preloading, again, I'm not going to mention this game. It's not the same as the other game I got for review about a week in advance. This game was available for preload, and even that game had a patch, and it's more like a day zero patch, but that was also like a week and a half in advance. So it's just perhaps laziness.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not always like, they might get like a month in advance, but if the patch isn't going to be out on launch day, it'll be out shortly before launch day.
Yeah, that's true.
It's their responsibility to go out and play that patch, make sure those glitches aren't in the game, because the version you played a month in advance isn't what someone's going to play on January 19th,
Right.
So there's a lot of uproar about the gaming industry, and quite frankly, I think that there's not much listening going on. There's a lot of buddy. There's also I have no idea who you're talking about on the website. I after I stopped my website, I just got away from the industry. I don't like paying attention to it. But there's also a lot of pressure from publishers also to give a game a certain score.
Yeah.
As much as people like to deny it, a lot of people usually deny that exists, but it absolutely does exist.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're paying them, but there's a lot of arm twisting going on. And,
I agree.
So
actually, one of a pretty I would say a developer who is well known said something in the past week over video game reviews and how lower scores affected his pay. And it's a well-known fact that developers, studios, and journalists, a lot of them are friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with people in the industry being friends. Where the problem comes is when they allow that friendship to affect their professional lives, their reviews, their work, and they allow it to sway them one way or another. But there was a journalist, a developer who came out last week and said, "Hey, you know, I got paid. I missed out on a huge bonus because our publisher saw that we weren't getting the reviews that were as good as some other." You know, if we had gotten a higher review, then we would have gotten like tens of thousands of dollars more worth in bonuses. But we missed out on that because we got lower reviews. So there is that pressure. And I think.
Can you name the publisher or not?
It was actually, well, the developer was from Naughty Dog. I'll say that. I won't say the individual who it was, but it was Naughty Dog. And obviously Naughty Dog is owned by Sony now, and Sony is their publisher, Sony PlayStation. So it's not only Sony that does that. A lot of developers, and their publishers go by this. A lot of them, you know, will give them extra bonuses if, you know, a game gets a better score based on the Metacritic scores. And that was flawed. That is very flawed. And
extremely flawed.
A lot of, that shouldn't exist. It really shouldn't exist. But it does. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the industry as far as reviews, games journalism that needs to change. But I don't know if it ever will, or if it will change anytime soon, because just the culture surrounding it is just there just needs to be a different mindset.
The only way it can change, from my point of view, are the people who share our opinions getting into this industry and sticking by their guns, and changing it themselves. But again, it doesn't seem likely, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, unfortunately. And that's kind of like why that's kind of why I started WholesomeGamer, to do things my way and not really care, or not that I don't care, but not really get influenced by what the rest of the industry is doing. Because, you know, so many other sites will start up, and that's kind of what I saw happening with the old site that I used to do. They conform way too much to what everybody else is doing, and you're gonna lose your love for games that way, and you're gonna start becoming bitter.
It's happened to me.
Yeah,
it's happened to me.
Exactly.
I don't think I'm the conformist website you were talking about.
No.
But yeah, that happened to me a few times. Even back to the point of like review scores and how publishers and outlets kind of influence it from the reviewer. But even like the fans can do it too. Yeah. Which is if IGN and Game Informer give Little Planet 3 a 6, and let's say it deserves a 6 because I don't know, but WholesomeGamer gives it a 9. People are like, oh, well, what's wrong with them? Oh, they were paid off, or if it was the opposite and you gave them a 6 and other people gave them a 9, then it's more like, oh, well, he's bitter, or it's a fake review. Right. He didn't even get it. He's just looking at the previews and blah, blah, blah. Because that was a big problem when I reviewed the game. I gave it like an 8.5 or whatever. And I got it early. And I had a publisher like at 3 a.m. when the embargo was up. And I was worried that my score was like drastically different from everybody else's because I knew I would get a lot of flack for that. Mm-hmm. So it goes back to just, it's horrible. Yeah. A lot of things. Yeah. A lot of people are brainwashed about it. Yeah. And they have their favorites on both sides of the industry. There
just needs to be a complete change of mindsets as far as the community goes and as far as the industry goes. There needs to be a lot of changes on both sides. But when it will happen, if it will happen, I don't know. I think the quality of gaming as far as the community and the industry has dropped in the recent years, because I don't want to lay a blame in one side or the other, but I think more people are there's kind of a, I don't even know how to explain it, but with the internet, with social there's a divide. Yeah, you can see a lot more of a divide, a lot more of people complaining, and I mean some complaints are very valid. Others are completely unnecessary, and most of them are. Most of the complaints that you do see on gaming sites and most of the complaining that you see coming from the community is really nonsense, and a lot of times it comes down to
60 frames per second.
Yeah, it comes down to just idiotic stuff. But there are some very valid concerns that need to have changes that need to be made. I don't know if they will, and I think that the fact that social networks and social gaming has exploded since the last generation, things have changed. The way that the community interacts, the way that gaming has evolved, has completely changed from back even the PS2 era, Xbox era, and then prior to that with the PS1, and going back even further. I mean, it's a completely different landscape that we're on now, and it has its positives, but it definitely has its negative sides to it too. And I think things need to change. Things need to change with journalism. Things need to change with the community. There needs to be change. How we are going to do that, I don't know, but it needs to happen one way or another. In a positive way. In a positive way too, because there have been certain things which I am not going to mention it at all on Wholesome Gamer, certain things that have come up recently with people who want change, but they're going about it the completely wrong way. And
are we talking about
yeah, we're not going to say it.
that 9-letter one?
Yeah, we are, but that's what it is. But well, I don't even know it's 9 letters. Yeah.
Starts with a G?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, things need to change, but they need to be changed in a positive way. They need to be changed in the right way. And I think we need to leave it at that. So we can go on to our next topic and eventually
that's enough,
parts.
that's enough civil rights
Yeah.
for gamers right there.
Yeah.
A lot of activism.
Yeah, enough for Wholesome Gamer for the day.
Okay.
So, yeah, the next topic that we're going to talk about tonight was the new Nintendo 3DS. And I talked about it a little bit on my solo cast the other day, my last solo cast, and
you really did that?
I did, and I was pretty upset. I was pretty upset.
That was a joke.
No, I was serious. I talked about it on my solo cast about the new Nintendo 3DS. And if you guys know about Nintendo, they announced last week on the Nintendo Direct that
every 6 months.
Yeah, that the new Nintendo 3DS XL is coming to the US on February 13th. It was already announced for Japan, it was already announced for Europe, but now we finally got confirmation that it'll be coming to the US on February 13th, and that's cool. That's really cool, you know. Nintendo, more power to you, bringing out a new system. The parts that were not cool were, and we got a phone call in the back over here.
I'm playing Infamous First Light and need the controller.
So, one of the things that, Nintendo kind of dropped the ball on last week with the new Nintendo 3DS XL is that they are only releasing the XL version, the larger version, in the US, and they are not releasing the standard version in the US, whereas they are releasing the standard version in other regions like Japan and European regions. The other thing is that the 3DS is not going to have a charger with it. The new Nintendo 3DS does not come with a power adapter or charger. And that
a lot of people are pissed off.
Yeah.
And Nintendo said it's because they want to cut costs or whatever, which is like the expected answer, but still a really crappy answer.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
It's
not a good answer.
Yeah, I wasn't satisfied with that.
If you're gonna trade in your 3DS at GameStop, they're gonna want the charger for full credit.
They
say they did it because the people who are gonna trade their 3DS in for this one can save money, but unfortunately they really won't because they have to give their chargers back to GameStop or they have to buy another charger.
Right.
And those who don't even own the 3DS, what about us?
Exactly.
You know?
Right. Because there are still a lot of people who do not own 3DSs. And then they'll come with the answer Nintendo said, or a lot of the so-called Nintendo supporters, who are usually the extremist supporters, aka fanboys.
Nintendorks. Nintendorks.
No, anyway.
They call Nintendorks back there.
No. They, They'll just say, oh, you can buy one separately for like $15. Yeah, well, I wouldn't have to buy one if it came with it, like everything else.
And I think third party ones, if they mess up your system, it voids your warranty.
It does.
What I've heard.
It does. Yeah.
But at the same time, I've heard that this. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say actually, on the Nintendo warranty says that if any other, if it is not an official product from Nintendo, that voids the warranty if it's used with a 3DS. So, yeah, you have to actually get the Nintendo charger. And what you're basically doing is just giving them money. And that is what it boils down to. Because as somebody who currently works with a company that manufactures chargers, I know that these things only cost about $3 or $5 to make. They don't cost that much to make. And just to put it into a box, Nintendo would not be losing anything. They would not be losing a single dime by including that into their bundles. And I mean, like, it really, they just want more money. That's all it is. They want more money. And yeah, they've been doing it in Japan. They've been doing it in Europe for the past few years. But it's just,
I was gonna say that.
If an object a device needs to be recharged, it needs a charger. And that comes with every phone that we get. They come with a charger.
You've been reading that message board, haven't you?
No,
starts with an N, haven't you?
No, I haven't been reading anything really, actually. But this is my own thoughts. Like some people, I was actually perusing a Nintendo site that I go to a lot. It's a pretty cool site, but I noticed that some of the comments on there was that, oh, well, I have 3 or 4 Nintendo 3DS chargers sitting around. I don't. I don't. And even if I did, so what? There are other people who do not. There are
like me.
Exactly. People who do not own a 3DS and they don't just have stuff laying around. That should be included in the bundle. It should be included in the price. When you go to a phone shop, when you go to upgrade your cell phone, are they going to be like, oh, here, you already have a phone, so let me take out the charger? No. A charger comes with every single phone because the phone needs to be recharged. And that should be how it is with a 3DS. And Nintendo's just
take a breath. It's okay. You don't need to be upset.
No, Nintendo needs to change their stance on that.
I know a lot of people at home are angry about this, and they just wish something could be done. And I would say buy a Vita.
Buy a Vita. That is the answer. That is the answer. Buy a Vita, buy its games, so we can get better games, more games, and support.
Please, we're begging you.
The Vita needs some love, guys. It does.
Please. If Sony won't love it, who will?
I think the 3DS has enough love out there. It
has enough Pokemon games.
Yeah, as long as it has Pokemon and a few other of those franchises, it'll sell.
And Animal Crossing.
It'll sell billions.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, but the Vita does need some help over there.
Please.
But anyway.
Please, guys.
Hey, the Vita does come with a charger, guys.
It does.
Yeah, it comes with a charger.
A very nice charger. A very long charger, too. Yeah,
it does. So anyway, yeah, that was our little thing on the new Nintendo 3DS and whatnot. You have anything to add about that?
I do not. The only thing I had to add about it was that it's a standard practice in Europe and Japan, but you cover that.
Yeah.
So that's all the homework I've done for that.
Yeah, I think the American public though is a lot tougher than European and Japanese consumers. If they don't,
would it be tougher, or are they just complain a lot?
They complain a lot. That's what I mean. I mean, if
does that make them crybabies or tough?
It could make them both. It can make them both. But I mean, if for this particular thing, I think it warrants complaints because it should come with a charger. You don't sell something that it's not even a universal charger that you can get from anywhere. It's a Nintendo specific charger. So yeah, it warrants some complaints. And the American consumer public, they are a tough nut to crack, and I think that people will hear about it, especially come holiday season when all those moms and pops come and get some.
I have one thing I want to say because I just thought of it, and it may sound like I'm defending Nintendo, Perhaps I am. But correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't the PlayStation Vita not come with memory card at first? And
Yes.
wasn't it like completely necessary to play Vita games
Yeah, it
or
was.
download anything for Vita? And then like the smallest Vita memory card was much more expensive than a 3DS charger. And I'm not saying like one is right and the other is wrong.
No,
But
you're right.
I think this is a time that we're just entering when it comes to handhelds. Something that's essential is going to be missing, and Nintendo isn't at its worst for doing it. I know I've seen Nintendo get a lot of crap on the internet for this than I've seen Sony get for the Vita.
No, actually, Vita's gotten a lot of crap for it, and it's still going on. People are still complaining about it. But
Are they really?
Yeah, they are. The thing about the Vita and with PlayStation, even though at first they didn't have that required memory card, which was pretty low, it should have come with it. That's one of the things that the 3DS is good on. It comes with a memory card every box. But the Vita, it did not when it started out. But just about...
I think Sony didn't put a memory card in there because they knew the Vita wouldn't have any games anyway.
No, that's not it. No, that's not it. But eventually they put it in. The first year that the Vita came out.
Assassin's Creed bundle came with it.
Yeah, when the Vita came out in February of 2012. A few months later, in August of 2012 was when they standardized put in memory cards into the Vita. And ever since then, every Vita bundle, every Vita system has come with a memory card. It's usually the smallest memory card, which is about 4 gigabytes.
Which is like 2 games at best.
Right. Some of them do come with larger, some of the bundles do come with a little bit larger, the 8 gigabyte memory card, but they come with a memory card. That's the thing. And it starts you off. And I mean, if you're somebody that's not downloading a lot of games, then it's fine. You could just use that for your game saves and a couple of other apps. But, at least it came now. I mean, Sony listened. They listened to the complaints and they made a change. It might have not been the very best change, and the Vita is not perfect. There are still a lot of things that need to be changed with the Vita and how it's sold. But at least they listened to some of the consumer concerns and they changed it. They put a memory card in there. I hope Nintendo does the same thing. I hope they listen to consumer concerns and eventually put that charger into the box with the new Nintendo 3DS.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
I'm not putting my hopes up either. But the thing is, I currently have a 3DS and I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
I like to play Pokemon, but I can't play Pokemon because I gotta buy a $15 charger.
So yeah, I mean that's the thing. So hopefully they change it. I am not going to hold my breath though, because Nintendo when Nintendo makes a decision, they usually that's the final word for them. They don't listen too much to consumer feedback, so we'll see. We'll see though.
Perhaps. We'll see.
Perhaps. I think what we need to see now is Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, the greatest game of all time.
Kingdom Hearts, Sora. So yeah.
Me with the power of darkness.
So yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
Darkness, Keyblade, darkness. Keyblade War, darkness.
As you can tell, Jalen is a fan of Kingdom Hearts.
Gosh, darkness.
But Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 was finally announced at E3 2013.
There were tears.
There was a lot of geeking out. There was a lot of feels.
A lot of crying.
There was grown men cried, but
like me.
But Kingdom Hearts is finally coming. It's coming to the Xbox One and PS4. There is no release date for it, but
however,
there are rumors.
There are. What other rumors?
There are rumors that Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out this year, 2015.
September 2015.
Yes. And actually the voice actor for Goofy in Kingdom Hearts
Goofy.
He actually earlier this year, Bill Farmer is the voice actor, by the way. a couple of weeks ago, actually, he went on record on Twitter and said that he is absolutely certain and that Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out this year because he completed his voice acting for the game, and they told him, hey, this game is set to come out in 2015.
Did he say when he completed his voice acting? Because I believe he said like years ago.
No, he didn't say how long ago it was. As far as I know, it was just that he completed it. I don't think he gave a time frame of when he completed it. He just said that we are done recording Kingdom Hearts 3. As far as he knows.
As far as his lines go.
Yeah, as far as so.
Sora may have more lines than Goofy.
Right, like
I don't buy
Haley
it.
Joel Osment and whatnot. Personally, I'm the same way. I don't think it's going to come out this year.
It's not like I don't want it to come out this year. I do, but I'm not gonna say, "Oh my God, it's coming out September," and then August comes and there's nothing you hear, and they're like, "I'm so disappointed." I guess like I waited for Kingdom Hearts for about 9 years now, maybe a little less, but it's been a very long time. I was in middle school definitely when I beat Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3. 20 games came out between that time. I digress. But this game is the real deal, and this is what I've been waiting for since I was a child, and now I want it to come out as soon as possible, but I'm not going to try to buy into false hope.
Right.
So,
yeah, I mean that's how I feel too. I personally don't even think that the game is that far along. We haven't even seen that much in the game.
It's been, I think, since like October 2013 was the last time we saw the game, was it?
Yeah. We didn't even see anything. Did we see something like? No. I don't think we saw anything last year for 2014. We saw like a little bit of gameplay at the end of 2013, and since then
it wasn't really real gameplay either.
Right. Since then, there's been changes with the development process. They switched from the Luminous engine from Square Enix to the Epic's
Unreal Engine.
Unreal Engine. And some people have been questioning, is there something going wrong with development? Some interviews have come out saying no, nothing's wrong. The transition was pretty cut and dry. It was fairly simple, but it begs to ask the question, then why'd you change the engines? So, I mean, there's a lot of speculation going on behind the scenes. I don't think Kingdom Hearts 3 will come out this year. What I do think will come out this year
Final Fantasy 15.
No, not even that, even though a lot of people wish it would.
I just want to talk about Final Fantasy.
Well, I've noticed that. What a lot of people think is going to come out this year, what I personally think is going to come out this year, is Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD.
As nice as it would be, I never had that dream. I guess I don't care. It's odd because as much of a big Kingdom Hearts fan as I am, I've never been interested in that game.
But I mean, it's a big game. I mean,
it's probably next to Birth by Sleep the most important game.
It is very important
in the series. And it takes place like 5 minutes before Kingdom Hearts 3.
Right, it leads directly into Kingdom Hearts 3. So
directly into Kingdom Hearts 3.
So I mean, the game is very important, and the way that Square Enix has been releasing these HD remixes, it's only logical that they would do an HD remaster of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance.
Since we're talking about re-releases of Kingdom Hearts games before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, I believe that Kingdom Hearts Key should come out to North America sometime before Kingdom Hearts 3, given that the producers of the game, the people who signed the pictures to keep the lights on, have said that Key is a really big part of Kingdom Hearts 3. Key takes place during the Keyblade War that's been mentioned numerous times in Birth by Sleep. So I think that part of our understanding of Kingdom Hearts 3 will be rooted into what we know of Kingdom Hearts Key, but who in this country has played Kingdom Hearts Key, right?
Yeah, not really anybody. Well, I'm sure somebody has.
Maybe like 4 people.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it would be a good game to have, especially for Kingdom Hearts fans, so they can get the full story.
I think it's necessary.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll do something with the Dream Drop Distance remaster like they've done with Recoded and 358 over 2 days in the past remixes, where they basically just do cutscenes. And even though Key is a browser game without like the cutscenes that you saw in 358 over 2 days or Recoded, they could do something. They could kind of summarize it. Maybe just make
at least like send me a book or something.
Yeah, like do a journal or something. Maybe an interactive journal with how the game progresses, the story behind it, just so that gamers.
Do something similar to, or just put like a recap video on Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
All of that seems very like, no, that'd be like put in like the form of Kingdom Hearts 2 flashbacks or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
it's completely possible. There's endless solutions to this problem.
There is. I mean, as long as we get the full story, all
audiences. We don't care how you do it.
Yeah, all audiences need the full story. So not just the gamers in Japan, since they have.
And believe me, many people who love Kingdom Hearts do not have the full story.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm pretty sure, before December, many people haven't played anything that's not from Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And they guess that they're ready for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep.
They didn't know.
Yep.
They didn't know.
They didn't.
It's much deeper.
It is. The story goes real deep.
It's deep.
It's like it's super deep.
It's deep.
Yeah. So I think we'll get 3D this year. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. It won't be called 3D because it's not on the 3DS, but it'll be I think we'll get Dream Drop Distance HD this year. I hope at least.
I don't know. It's just that if I had to choose which one I wanted, I'll pick 3.
3. Well, yeah. I mean, you know what would be even better is if they put 3 and then Dream Drop Distance with it, like
make it like a free Vita download code, right? Yeah, that was so like Vitas.
like Square Enix is gonna put it on the Vita. Yeah.
Hey, I can dream, can't I?
You could, but it's not gonna happen.
That's what Kingdom Hearts is all about. Dreams.
So, continuing with Kingdom Hearts, we have that little speculation part out, but now what we're going to talk about is a little bit of the story. We're going to delve a little deeper into the lore of Kingdom Hearts. So if you have not played any of the Kingdom Hearts games, you might want to like
turn your podcast off.
Yeah, fast forward a little bit.
Turn it off.
Don't turn it off. Fast forward it. Go a little closer to the end so you can hear what you have to say after.
We already got the view. Don't worry. just turn it off.
No, but yeah. So if you haven't played any of the Kingdom Hearts games, or if you're worried about spoilers, you might want to do something else currently, because we are going to go a little bit deeper into the story right now.
Yes, we are. We're going to deep dive into the story.
Deep dive. And if you don't know what that means, then you need to turn this off.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't fast forward.
Don't fast. Just turn it off. We don't want you here anymore. No.
That's his words, not mine.
No, but yeah, Kingdom Hearts. The story, as we said, is pretty deep. So
deep.
Gets pretty in there right now.
It's really deep.
Especially the fact like how the way that Dream Drop Distance ends is with like the 7 Keyblade Masters trying to get, they need to come together. That's kind of what
Source unconscious.
Yeah, that's kind of what Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to go into. But
I have no idea how do you think 3 is going to start off, given that Sora is incapacitated at the end of Dream Drop? Do you think we'll play as Riku, or do you think we'll play as some new character for whatever reason?
We might play as Aqua. We might play as Aqua. I think we actually might play as Aqua.
But Aqua
or Mickey. We might play as Mickey.
I may be wrong, but actually I am wrong. So I'm not going to say it.
Aqua is in the Realm of Darkness.
I know that for a fact,
yeah.
But I know that Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Xemnas went down to the Chamber of, I believe, Repose, and he looked at her armor and her Keyblade. So does she actually have a Keyblade with her, or
she
what?
Does. She is fully functional.
You think so?
I think so.
You think so?
I do think so. At the end of what was it?
Birth by Sleep.
No, Dream Drop Distance. As far as I can recall, she does have a Keyblade, if I'm not mistaken. But
was it actually her, like a vision of her?
no, it was her. It was her in the Realm of Darkness.
I thought that was Birth by Sleep. Was her, but wait, hold on. I feel like we're talking about different scenes.
Yeah, because in she did appear in Dream Drop Distance. Remember that? Like near the end, she did. So.
What did she do?
I mean, it was basically just her showing her in like the Realm of Darkness, and I think she was like meeting with Mickey, or was that Birth by Sleep?
I think I saw her. I know she was in the Realm of Darkness. She was sitting. She was talking to some man, and they were talking about Sora. And I'm pretty sure that was in Birth by Sleep.
One of these, I don't remember. So, but anyway, I think we might play as somebody. Just like how Kingdom Hearts 2 opened with us playing as Roxas, we could play as somebody else before we get to Sora. We could actually probably, you know what, we probably will play as Riku. Cause,
Kairi.
We'll probably play as Riku. We'll probably play as Riku before we play as
There's going to be so many, there's going to be a plethora of feminists because coming in, I can't play as Kairi.
Yeah, well, you know, hey, we might have some multiplayer in Kingdom Hearts 3. I hope not.
Jesus, no.
I hope not.
Please,
but,
you just saying that makes me want to puke.
Watch us have like some multiplayer in there.
Please, no.
Birth by Sleep actually had a form of multiplayer in it with the board games, but
it was different.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't know how Kingdom Hearts 3 will start out, but I know how it will end. It will end.
Don't say it.
It will end with a lot
it's not true.
It'll end with a lot of tears, because you know, Sora's
happy tears.
No, sad tears.
Because nobody's gonna.
Kingdom Hearts is a tragic story. Haven't you been paying attention?
I have been, but there needs to be another happy ending to this series.
This isn't your conventional Disney story. This is.
I've cried enough.
This is more tears are to come, and Sora is gonna give his life, Madoka Magica style, for all Keyblade masters in the world. He's gonna single-handedly end the Keyblade War, and all Keyblades.
Why do you think that's? What makes Sora so special that only he can do it?
Because he's Sora.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah.
He had the power. His heart was so strong. He had the power to wield a Keyblade, even though it was meant for somebody else.
Well, that's because he had Ventus's blessing. He has Ventus's heart inside of him.
True.
That's why.
True.
Had it not been for having Ventus's heart, who knows? Maybe Titus will have the Keyblade. We don't know. We don't know.
No, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna end, but I hope it's a good ending. It's supposed to be the final chapter in this pretty long drawn saga.
No, it's supposed to be the conclusion to the first chapter of the Xehanort saga.
It needs to be conclusion. Period.
Hey, I'm not saying I agree with you. I'm not saying I agree with them. Sorry, yeah. I agree with you. It should be the end of it. But hey, I mean, whatever.
More Kingdom Hearts?
Whether it's the end, whether it's not, I'm still going to buy the next game.
Are we going to have yearly series now? Kingdom Hearts every year?
Oh my god. No, Square would never do that.
I know. I hope they don't.
Square would never do that.
I really hope they don't.
Although technically there have been at least one Kingdom Hearts game every year. Except for... Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, they kind of have. I mean, not every year, but...
I mean, for like the last, 6 years?
They've been doing quite a few games. That's all. I mean, there are a lot of the side stories. 358 over 2 days, Coded, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, Chain of Memories, all that side stuff. But, yeah, we don't need any more side stories. We need core games for Kingdom Hearts.
We do.
Yeah.
I still don't believe something like Birth by Sleep is a side story. Given it's the most important story in the game.
Yeah, it's not really a side story, but because it was on a portable, it didn't have that much focus as it should have. But I mean, now they put it on the PS3, of course. So yeah, more people have the opportunity to play it and see the full story, which is very important. It's actually, it lays the foundation for the whole Kingdom Hearts universe, basically. Save for Key, because I believe Key is, when does Key take place again?
I think Keyblade takes like thousands of years before Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, that's
It takes place
like
during the Keyblade Wars.
Keyblade
It's
War,
like
yeah. So
ancient time. So
this is before everything happens. So. But yeah, I mean, Birth by Sleep is really the one that lays the foundation for the current saga.
the man who was to be on this podcast with us, who shall not be named. He's beaten all of them so far except for Birth by Sleep. He had to get to that in the collection. But during Kingdom Hearts 2, he had many questions. During Chain Memories, he had many questions. And each question I found myself having to say, you'll find out in Birth by Sleep.
Sure.
You'll find out in Birth by Sleep. Ask me again when you beat Birth by Sleep. You know, that game answers questions that you didn't know you had.
Yeah. It answers a lot of questions. Actually, I remember playing when 358 over 2 days came out for the DS, and I remember playing it, and there was a scene in the game where certain members of the organization confront Roxas, and they see somebody else, and I'm like, wait. It happened so quick that if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't.
What game are you talking about?
358 over 2 days.
Okay.
And it happened so quick, if you didn't like pay attention, you would have missed it. And what happened was that, though, it was, I forgot which members of the organization it was, but they saw, Ven instead of Roxas. And
It'd probably be, Zigbar.
yeah, I think it was,
I think Zigbar's the only member who actually met Roxas.
it was, I think it was, but, because, no, you mean Ventus.
Right, sorry. They
all know. They all met Roxas. But, yeah, because, like, if you did not catch that in that game, you would have missed it. But then when you play Birth by Sleep, which came out after 358 over 2 days, you're like, oh, it all makes sense now. Because now you meet Ventus, you figure out, like, why Roxas looks like Ben, you figure out all this other stuff. And it all kind of comes together. And you figure out why Roxas looks like Sora. You figure out why all these answers just come out. And
we're talking about Birth by Sleep right now, right?
Yeah, we're talking about Birth by Sleep now.
Yes.
Yeah, because Birth by Sleep pretty much answers like all the questions.
Not all the questions, but a lot of them.
A lot of them for the whole saga, basically. It even answers questions from I think it was Chain of Memories. Was it Chain of Memories? Or was it Kingdom Hearts 2, where
what are you talking about?
Where Xemnas goes down in the chamber below?
Kingdom Hearts 2.
It was 2?
Final Mix.
Final Mix, right. And then,
Chamber of Repose.
Yeah, okay. Because
right before you fight Demix.
When you learn in Birth by Sleep that actually that's where Ven was taken. Even though he's lost his heart, and he's taken to he's taken to Castle Oblivion.
Castle Oblivion.
Yeah. And
the Chamber of Awakening.
That's what we're trying to figure out now. It's like the connection between Castle Oblivion and then the world. What's that place called again?
Crap.
The world that never was.
No. The chamber where Xemnas went down into.
Yeah.
Is in Hollow Bastion, actually.
It was in Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, I don't think there's any connection to the places except that Xemnas built one room, and no,
there has to be a connection because
they do look similar.
There has to be a connection because remember that's where Ven was. He was in both places. Not Roxas, but Aqua left Ven in the Castle Oblivion,
right?
In some secret room at, let's say, the bottom floor of Castle Oblivion. And that's where the organization was conducting a lot of their tests on Sora and his heart with Naminé and all that other crap. But, then we see him again at another time, or he's referred to, and I want to say it's Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
He's not in it. Is he referred to?
I think he is referred to.
Actually, he was referred to regular Kingdom Hearts 2, apparently.
Yeah.
A lot of people missed it.
One of these games, yeah, it was one of them. So, and he was referred to, and like some of the members of the organization was like, oh, you mean your little pet project down in the basement? And we're like, oh, in Birth by Sleep, you kind of figure out, is that Ventus that he's talking about?
No, Ventus is in Castle Oblivion.
Yeah, but that's what we're trying to figure out. I mean, is there some sort of connection?
I don't think so, because nobody. I mean, we know that Xemnas is looking for something in Castle Oblivion, but the way Castle Oblivion is set up, only Aqua can find the room where Ventus is. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I think whatever pet project they're talking about, probably Shion, perhaps. Maybe?
But Shion is dead before Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So maybe we'll find out what it is in Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know. But I mean, the organization has been destroyed in Kingdom Hearts.
There's also another because in one of the final mix scenes, Zigbar is telling Zexion that Xemnas is going someplace and he's talking to somebody. Yeah. That somebody's talking back. I don't think this is the same place where he's talking to Aqua because someone's talking back. It's not Aqua.
Right.
I remember I ran this idea past you before.
Yeah.
Obviously, in Dream Drop Distance, they're adding time travel. I think that young Xehanort is talking to Xemnas in the basement about their plan. That is very
possible. That is very possible because there are going to be various iterations of Xemnas, Xehanort, and all that through his ages. We saw it already in Dream Drop Distance, and then it's going to continue over in Kingdom Hearts 3. Right. But I don't even know how they're going to handle that. Time travel stories just...
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how, if you beat old Xehanort, what happens? If you beat young Xehanort, what happens to all the other ones?
Yeah, I know.
Isn't he like the root?
Does it undo everything?
We know that each Xehanort, when they get defeated, and like Xemnas, he knew he was going to get defeated.
Yeah.
When he got defeated, so it's just.
Oh no!
It's pretty weird.
I figured out how Kingdom Hearts is going to end. This is how Kingdom Hearts is going to end, guys. And hold on, it's a shocker. So Sora, Riku, the whole gang, the 7 masters, are going to defeat the root Xehanort.
Which is young Xehanort?
Yes.
And none of this ever happens?
And nothing ever happens.
That's scary. I wouldn't like that.
And nothing ever happens. We are going to see.
Is that possible?
I think it is possible.
Square Enix said this is the end of the first chapter of the Xehanort saga.
So it could be possible. So
is it?
It is possible.
But the chapter there has to be another chapter of the Xehanort saga.
So what could happen is, because this is space time, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Maybe they defeat one Oh, here we go. Okay, I figured it out.
You said that already.
I figured out the next part.
Okay.
So since it's just the first chapter of his saga, they are going to get rid of the darkness in him. They aren't going to kill him. They'll just get rid of all the darkness in him, so that still nothing. This whole story doesn't happen anymore. But it's a new birth, a rebirth of Xehanort. And now he is going to be the new hero of the next saga.
I don't like this ending.
It is very plausible, though. You have to give me that.
I mean, it's a little possible.
It is possible.
I still don't like it.
Well, we'll see what they do with it. But I mean, you still have to wonder, like, that whole time travel. That's why I don't like time travel stories. I really don't, because too many people do not do them correctly. There are too many variables. I just hope Kingdom Hearts does it right. Even if they don't do the story, even if they don't do the story right, the game's going to be awesome. It's Kingdom Hearts. It's Kingdom Hearts.
It's going to be the greatest game of all time.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be the greatest.
Okay, it'll be the greatest, if you say so.
The best.
So, yeah. You have any other theories?
Well, in the order in which how are they going to rescue the Birth by Sleep Trinity? I do believe that they're going to find Aqua first. They have to.
Yeah.
I think that she's going to lead them to Ventus.
But how does
it's going to be weird.
So this is my question. How is Ventus going to awaken? How is he going to get his heart back?
They know Sora has the heart.
But how? So if Sora, so here's the question.
Oh, how's he going to get rid of the heart?
How is he going to give him his heart back? And then let's say somehow they figure out, okay, Sora gives Ben his heart back. What happens to Sora now?
Well, I mean, this it's weird how it works because in Kingdom Hearts we saw one heart leave Sora, blah blah blah, and he became heartless. But however, I mean, he has two hearts, his own and Vince's, right? That's the easiest cop out, and that's probably like.
But will he still be able to wield a Keyblade?
Well, what if he touches Vince's Keyblade sooner? Well, he's already held it, so I mean, nobody's had their Keyblade taken away from them, you know.
Well,
there's still
Riku kind of did.
We still don't. That's true. We still don't know how much. We still don't know much about the Keyblade and like what it can and cannot do.
There's a lot of mystery.
There's a lot of room to just throw something in there and have us accept it.
Make up a story.
Yes, exactly. Because so I think that he'll give Vince his heart back or whatever, and then we know that Terra is one of Xehanort's vessels. Mm-hmm. He has been for the entire series. So
yeah,
they'll defeat him, and now you got your 7 Keyblade warriors.
Right, the 7 Guardians of Light. So who are the 7 Guardians of Light now?
Well, we don't know all of them. They haven't named them, but we can guess. Sora, Riku, Kairi, Ventus, Aqua, Terra, and I want to say Mickey.
Yeah,
but it's probably gonna be Leia.
No, I think Mickey.
We hope. I hope.
I don't think it'll be Leia. I mean, he's cool and all. A lot of people like him.
That's the question. How did he get a Keyblade?
Yeah, I don't even know.
I think they had like an explanation, but it's pretty stupid. I think so.
Yeah, I missed that part. That was in Dream Drop Distance, though.
It's like because he knew Roxas so well, so he had something stupid.
Yeah. So right now the currently only known ones are Sora, Riku, and Mickey. Those are the official ones. But there is speculation over if Leia, Kairi, Ventus, and Aqua will also join them. But officially, Sora, Riku, and Mickey are the three members because when they're in what's his name?
The Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, the wizard though. What's the wizard's name again?
Yensid.
Yeah, Yensid. Yeah, Yensid. At the end of Dream Drop Distance, he is talking to Mickey, I believe, and he's talking about gathering the 7 Guardians of Light. And already, they already confirmed that Sora is one and Riku is another. So the others, we haven't gotten any information on, but it'll be interesting to see who they are.
Yes, it would be.
The seven Guardians of Light, and they have to defeat the 13 Darknesses.
Well, they only have 12.
Yeah.
Sora's would be the 13th.
Yeah.
We're gonna take away Terra because he's gonna be one of those Guardians. So there's only 11.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, we have to get Terra back.
I think Terra may come back at the end of the game, though.
Yeah, somewhere close to the end. That's fine. Like with Riku and Kingdom Hearts 2.
Right.
That's expected.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to play as Terra. We already had to fight him. People are crying right now because they're fighting in Final Mix.
the hardest boss battle ever in that game.
Yeah, seriously. Jeez. Oh my god.
Yeah, but Terra.
Damien couldn't get a hit in.
And what was he
tried
playing
3 times.
He was playing on normal.
He's on normal. Couldn't get a hit in. I mean, I got like 3 bars down on normal on his save. So.
Man, if you thought Sephiroth is hard, nah, man.
Sephiroth is like a cakewalk compared to Terra.
Yeah.
You can't predict anything Terra does.
Yeah.
Everything it's just when he opens with in one battle, he won't open with in the next.
It's random. Yeah.
And there's no manual. So you're gonna have to figure everything out yourself.
You gotta stay on your toes. You gotta be power. You gotta max out everything.
You gotta move that camera really fast.
Yeah.
Good lord. What's next?
I don't even know. There's so much stuff about Kingdom Hearts. I don't just get burned out.
Oh man. How about these rumors of a Star? Well, not rumors, but the desire
of
for
the
Star
different
Wars
worlds. Yeah, there was actually an interview with I want to say it was one of the directors, the co-director of the game, and they're talking about, hey, Disney has said yes to everything that they've asked for so far, and they haven't said no to anything. So They haven't said yes, Star Wars worlds will be in there. They haven't said yes, Marvel worlds will be in there, but they haven't said no either. Do I want to see those worlds in there? I don't. I really
Absolutely not.
At least, yeah.
Oh my god! Like, I love Star Wars, I love Marvel.
Yeah,
but
they don't.
I just don't want them to.
Yeah, it doesn't mix. It really does. I don't think.
I think Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts mixes in a lot of ways, but
they should stay separate.
It has that light and darkness.
The themes are similar.
It has the blade. But what can Star Wars add that we haven't seen
exactly
already?
And
already. What?
And I was saying, go ahead.
we got the light and darkness dynamic. We have the big thing in the sky that's pretty much a weapon. We've had lightsabers.
Death Star.
We've had laser beams bouncing off of melee weapons.
Yeah, we've even had.
So
yeah. I think one of the magical things about Kingdom Hearts is the originality of it. So I like the original worlds and the classic Disney worlds. So I like the fact that so far what we've seen are Disney originals. And Star Wars is not a Disney original. Marvel is not a Disney original. Yeah, they're owned by Disney now, but they're not Disney classics. And I think that's one of the great things about Kingdom Hearts is that they keep it in the classics. Either they have original worlds or it's going to be Disney classic worlds. None of this third-party stuff that they're just going to throw in there. And I don't want to see Star Wars or Marvel in there. As much as I love those two franchises or companies, Marvel company, and as much as I love Star Wars on its own, they don't need to be in Kingdom Hearts.
Another thing is that these just won't be Star Wars and Marvel. It's going to be like a Kingdom Heartsified Star Wars and Marvel.
Right.
They're going to wear ridiculous costumes. They're going to have like ridiculous gimmicks. Like Magneto's going to have like three little swords floating around him. It's going to be like Darth Vader's going to have a Keyblade shaped lightsaber. It's going to be pretty terrible. It's going to have like Star Wars Clone Wars graphics. It's not what you think it's going to be. It's not going to. I don't want it.
Well, I mean, I won't say it will, because I mean they did Pirates of the Caribbean pretty well.
You're the second person to say that, I guess, but I mean, that didn't fit either. It was a whole different tone.
It was a different tone, but I mean, at least it was a Disney original.
Right.
It kind of fit. It was a different tone. It was like realism with cartoon kind of contrast. There's a contrast there, obviously, but I think that was kind of one of the things that they're going for, to show that how different the worlds are out there. But I don't think the other ones need to go in there, like Star Wars or Marvel. Yeah.
Please, just leave them alone. Leave them alone. Leave it alone.
I mean, there's our Marvel.
Stick to fan fiction.
Marvel and Star Wars, they need their own great games right now. Like,
you know what? I'm open to like a Marvel and Star Wars world in any other Kingdom Hearts game that isn't 3.
Yeah, maybe a side, like maybe a side.
Upwards by Sleep 2 or whatever.
Maybe a Disney mashup game, like Dissidia, a fighter with all the different characters from Disney games.
That's fine. Just please, not in my Kingdom Hearts 3.
No, Kingdom Hearts 3 is too important.
It really is. We can't have any of these risks.
Yeah,
you know? Stick to your fan fiction, please.
I don't know.
Don't run the greatest game of all time.
Yeah. And I think we should leave it at that. For the podcast, actually, period. We've been talking about it.
No, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Yeah.
How far are we?
We are in, I don't even know. How long have we been talking about? An hour and 10 minutes about? Yeah.
About Kingdom Hearts? Not about Kingdom Hearts.
No, not about Kingdom Hearts. The podcast, period. But I mean, most of the time has been about Kingdom Hearts, so.
As it should be.
As it should be. But I think I'm going to cut it.
Game of all time.
Yeah, it'll be pretty good. But I think I'm going to cut the first Wholesome Gamer podcast now, because I don't want our listeners to get too tired of us. We want them to come back for more. But thank you for joining us. For those of you who stuck around. Yes. Really appreciate it.
I'll be talking to me.
Well, yeah, you too. Thank you for joining me on the podcast, Jim, for the very first official Wholesome Gamer podcast. And, you know, we'll do this again.
Yes. We have maybe there'll be more.
more Kingdom Hearts.
Maybe there'll be another. Maybe
Oh,
there'll be
another
another
individual?
person.
Oh,
Yeah,
one
perhaps.
shall not be named.
Yeah, maybe he'll be a little more responsible, a little more reliable.
Maybe. We'll see. You know,
Perhaps.
he still hasn't even gotten back to me since,
He hasn't texted me either.
yeah.
Jesus, Damien.
So, yeah, guys, thanks for joining us, on the Wholesome Gamer podcast. You know, we hope you guys enjoyed the show. We want your feedback. I really want to know what you guys want to hear us to talk about. I already have a couple of things that we're going to talk about setting up for the next podcast. Look forward to us talking about games, video game movies in the next few years, or actually a couple of gaming movies that are coming out, like Ratchet and Clank this year,
Assassin's Creed,
Sly Cooper movie next year, and
Uncharted.
we also have the amiibos and figures and Skylanders that we're going to talk about on another cast, and how that is taking over a lot of the side of there's like a whole new side of gaming that has opened up with that. And is it good or is it bad? We will discuss that at another podcast at a later date. But stay tuned. We hope you join us with that again. Leave comments in the bottom of the article. If you're listening to us on WholesomeGamer.com, make sure to leave your comments there. If you're listening to us on YouTube, make sure you comment under YouTube. Give us feedback on our Twitter at WholesomeGamer.com. Search for us on YouTube, Wholesome Gamer, one word. Same thing with Facebook, Wholesome Gamer, one word. Like us, subscribe to us, all that good stuff. Thank you guys again for listening to us. Thank you, Jalen, for joining me today, and we'll catch you guys later.
Bye.